to us.
Join Kofi Bartels for engaging debates, expert insights, and your voice at the heart of every discussion. Don't just listen, participate. Tune in and be part of the conversation. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Morning Crossfire with me, Kofi Bartels. You have the big names, the most pressing issues, and the sharpest conversations.
He must leave that place of talking into this place of doing.
Nurses are paying through their nose, and you are telling them after training they can't migrate. I will not be part of those who will give soft landing to these guys who are running the affairs of this country.
People are dying every day. In an hour, people just go in and come out and read out stories to us. Come on, Kofi.
We must step beyond the talk. We have the analysis.
Join us as we dissect the headlines, bring you exclusive interviews, and dive deep into the heart of the matter. The big conversations live here.
Join Kofi Bartels on the Morning Crossfire, weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're joined by the former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. This is a party that said they will be in power for the next 60 years. But they say man proposes but God disposes. And now they find themselves in the opposition. And it might just be the then opposition party that will be in power for 60 years. Who knows? But we're waiting for them to say it, and then probably that will strike them as well. I would like to say a very good morning to our guest who is joining us and to you who is listening. Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan is former National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. He's a hard man to get. He's wanted by a lot of people because he knows a lot about the politics of the People's Democratic Party. And there's a lot going on in the opposition party as we speak. The issue of who is the substantive national chairman of the party, the issue of when the executive council or committee meeting will hold, the issue of who is the substantive national secretary of the party, amongst other issues. Is the PDP a formidable opposition party? Should Nyesom Wike be sacked from the party, etc.? These are the issues at play. And please feel free to join the conversation by calling the numbers we usually advertise, 0201 465 7190. That's the number you can reach us through, get through to the studio, 0201 465 7190. And of course, our WhatsApp number just for your WhatsApp messages for the purposes of this conversation, 080 95 975805, 080 95 975805. We're streaming live on Facebook, so please head to our Facebook page, Central Nigeria space info space 99.3 on Facebook, or you can type in your browser facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. And of course, on YouTube, we're also streaming live, Central Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Miss Ologbondiyan, good morning to you. It's good to have you on the program. Yes,
good morning, Kofi.
Yes, how is life after retirement?
Retirement from which? From where in the first place? Is it retirement from journalism or retirement from politics?
So you're actively, I mean, even though you're no longer publicity secretary, I know you're actively still in multi-party politics.
I'm actively involved in good governance in Nigeria. Yeah, that's my dream. That's my passion. That's my drive.
All right. And I think now it's easier for you to speak your mind. You're not having to speak for the party, or you're not having to play safe. You can say what you feel, what you think, having successfully completed your tenure as a National Publicity Secretary. How does that feel?
Well, it's okay for me. Even as National Public Secretary, I will speak to the truth and I speak to facts. You must not forget that I come from a profession of nobility, and I mean journalism, and we owe it as absolute truth to speak the truth wherever we find ourselves.
All right. Fantastic. Let's start. Let's get back to the acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Umar Damagum. last week, Wednesday, while addressing the members of the Board of Trustees at that meeting in Abuja, which descended into crisis. This is what Damagum said, quote, part of the crisis within the National Working Committee today is being driven by leaders who should be uniting us. It is very unfortunate some of you have been National Working Committee members, so you understand how it works. Yet I sit as the chairman and see my NWC members being called by certain leaders to visit specific places without my knowledge. I want to use this opportunity to caution our leaders. You may have ambitions, but you do not ride a dead horse to reach your destination. If you create a crisis simply to further your ambition, you may achieve your goal, but your dream will not be realized because you will have injured the very vehicle meant to carry you forward. Damagum continued, as the conscience of the party, some of us are also complicit. We must look inwards and examine our actions. This party is dear to us, so all of us. It is all we have. What do you think about this statement by the acting national chairman, Damagum, on the crisis in the PDP? He is accusing certain members of the National Working Committee of being called by certain leaders to visit some places without his knowledge as acting national chairman. Sir.
Damagum at that meeting was playing with words and is speaking about what he has no intention of fulfilling. In the first place, who is the architect of the challenges in PDP today? Without caring about whose ox is God, I will say clearly and unambiguously that Damagum himself is the architect of the crisis. And I'll tell you why. Foremost, Damagum is acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. He became the acting national chairman by virtue of the fact that the last chairman before him, who came from the North Central, left office. And the condition is very clear that in that circumstance, he will step in pending when the right zone, which is the North Central, bring forth a replacement. That is the position of the constitution of the party. But how did Damagum become the architect of the challenges? He went to court and sued himself because he sued the NWC, where he is chairman. So he sued himself, he sued the Board of Trustees, he sued the National Executive Committee, and tie all the three organs, tie them up, and say that you cannot bring a replacement to succeed me. Who does that? The appropriate zone, which is expected to bring forth the substantive national chairman, are now making a demand and saying that we want to bring our replacement. But you are sitting tight. So I liken it to a situation in which a man puts his foot on your own foot. And you say, remove your foot from mine. He said, oh, he's sorry. But he has not taken away the foot. And he's not ready to take it away. So he cannot come around and start blaming leaders who are looking for solutions to the challenges confronting the party, many of which he is responsible for. He is in court. Two, or let me say secondly, the National Executive Committee of the party ought to hold meetings every quarter. Since April, we're in February. Damagum has not called one NEC meeting. One.
But he says it'll hold in February, later this month.
He didn't say he's holding. It is the Governors' Forum who are now insisting that NEC must hold. Because PDP is not the All Progressives Congress, it's not APC. APC is led by individuals. So they can choose when to call meetings. And that is why they don't have BOT meetings, they don't have NEC meetings, they don't have any form of meetings. Because they are controlled by individuals. The constitution of the People's Democratic Party is very clear on NEC holding. So, Ambassador Elias Umar Damagum cannot come and sit in court of his own self and apportion blame when he is the architect of the challenges the party is confronting.
All right. Sir, I have never seen, I don't remember any national chairman of the People's Democratic Party sitting tight, like to borrow your words, or refusing to leave when his time is due. PDP has always been seen to be a family, where everybody considers everyone. Today is my turn, tomorrow is your turn, and we move together. We carry each other along. Why do you think the party finds itself in this position where the acting national chairman does not want to leave a geopolitical zone of the party that has been the proponent of geopolitical zoning, in some terms, is left hanging, North Central. They don't have anyone to occupy the position, or not being allowed to occupy the position that is their turn to occupy. How did the party find itself in this position at this time?
Well, first and foremost, it depends on the individual. Yoruba will say that if you are saying the errand of a slave, you must learn to deliver the message as a freeborn. So, foremost, I do not want to subscribe to the notion that, certain people are using Ambassador Umar Damagum, which is realistically true. However, you can only be used to the extent to which you provide yourself for the person or persons who want to use you. So, for me, first and foremost, Ambassador Damagum should take the responsibility, and fully too, of whatever befalls the People's Democratic Party, before we begin to talk about those who are using him. And there are those who will tell you that, the crisis didn't start today. We went to election. We had zoning. Zoning was not done. But my answer is always that, shall we continue in sin and expect grace to abound? So the challenges must be addressed at some point. And I believe that this is the point, this is the moment at which the challenges ought to be addressed.
Yes.
There are people who believe us. Yes. There are people who also believe that, Governor Wike is going to work in the All Progressives Congress, has left a hole in the PDP. And because of that, the World Gecko can now come into the main living room. So, because Yoruba says that, Yoruba will tell you that I took Yoruba land, run over. So, which invariably saying that if the wall is not cracked, the World Gecko cannot penetrate the living room. Let me just put it that way.
All right.
So that is a challenge.
But Damagum is not pointing the fingers at himself. If you go by his words at the last BOT meeting, he is pointing the accusing finger at leaders. He says the crisis in the PDP is being fueled by leaders who should be uniting the members of the party, the members of even the National Working Committee, but are dividing them and are calling the members of the NWC to unknown locations to have meetings without his knowledge. So who are these leaders he's talking about? For instance, some people are of the view that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is going to pull the party, has already pulled the party down because of his ambition. And he ought to jettison that ambition to allow the PDP moving forward, without which the party will not go forward. Sir.
Okay. I agree with you in your dispositions.
No, my question.
Sorry, your questions. In your questions. But I've laid a foundation to enable our listeners know where the challenge is coming from. And I insist that Damagum himself cannot be a judge in his own court. So on account of that, where he has a matter, in his own court where he has a matter, and on account of that, he should not sit down and be apportioning blames. He should do the needful. If he does the needful, and the challenges are not resolved, he can now come out and say, well, I told you people that I am not the problem. But as we are speaking, the problem of the People's Democratic Party is Damagum himself.
But you don't say. I want you to speak to the notion that Atiku Abubakar has a big role to play.
I'm laying the foundation. I will get there. So he must first and foremost say that, I am not the problem, and therefore I'm taking a step back So let the party act in accordance with their rule. If it does that, then people can now say that, oh, why has the Sedamagum should leave? He has slept. Why is the challenge? Why are the challenges persisting? Having said that, people say that, oh, it's because of Atiku's ambition. That is why the party is going down. Is Damagum working for Atiku? The answer from my own understanding is a capital no. Is Anyanwu working for Atiku? The answer, to the best of my knowledge, in the party is total no.
So who are they working for?
So
who are they working for, sir? If since they're not working for Atiku,
they will come at the nick of time. They will come out and say,
"No, you seem to know. Since you say you know they're not working for Atiku,
who doesn't know?
You must know
who is in the PDP that doesn't know who they are working for.
So tell us. I'm not in the PDP. Listeners,
everybody in the People's Democratic Party
know
who they are working for.
So please inform Lagosians. I mean, I'm not in the PDP, so I don't know. So who are they working for?
Kofi, just hold on now. Don't be in a hurry. I will lead you there.
All right.
You understand? Don't be in a hurry. So there's nobody that is a member of the party who doesn't know who they are working for. And I've repeatedly asked the question, will the Minister of FCT, Chief Nation Wiki now, work against the interests of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Will he? The answer is no. Because he serves in the government. So, therefore, if there's no peace in the People's Democratic Party, if the PDP cannot get harmonized, if the PDP is going down, and there are reports in public space that the All Progressives Congress and its government is doing everything possible to make sure that the opposition political parties have no strength of any sort to contest for presidency, then you should know where to look at in the People's Democratic Party. Thank you.
Okay, interesting. We want to take some calls. Quite explosive there. You know what to expect when you have Kola Ologbondiyan on air, and of course, he says it as it is. 02012770-993. We have 0201-465-7190. Is the PDP on its way to the graveyard? Is it already in the graveyard? Is the party dead? Is there any future for the People's Democratic Party, the one-time largest party in Africa, albeit self-acclaimed? 99.3, good morning. Welcome. Your name, location, and country, please.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Welcome, Pastor.
Hello from Ologbondiyan.
Welcome.
And my question to your guest is this, Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. Do they really want to do this opposition to wrestle power from these people who have plugged us into this situation we find ourselves in this country? If they are ready, what will they do in this urgent time to make it happen? That is my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor. Mr. Ologbondiyan, over to you, please.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I disagree with you that PDP is already in the grave. PDP is not even in the mortuary yet. Talk less of going to the grave. So we need to clear that, and we need to make it clearer to each other. You understand? The party is not in the grave. The party is severely challenged. You understand? But as for whether it is totally dead, it's not dead.
So it's
having said that,
the party is in the intensive care unit. Then let me rephrase. I don't know whether it has been taken to the intensive care unit, but I know that it is severely challenged. You know the PDP. I don't know whether it has been allowed for him to get to ICU. So you know the PDP had the PDP the PDP had malaria last year. So I don't know if.
No, well, they say one party had malaria, the other one had cancer. So malaria is better managed; it can survive.
Yeah.
Well, let me respond to the listener. I didn't really get the name, but let me respond. I believe that there are efforts externally, and when I say efforts externally, I can only point to the ruling party and the ruling government.
Okay, Chief, I'm so sorry. I'm sure you know how this works because you are been in this noble profession. We have to go for an advertorial. We'll come back to you. Please, sorry about that. Okay, keep your calls coming through back after the break.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high, and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
You define better odd. I bet you one play cause over 1.5. I bet you one bet say both seem no go score at all. Hey, we get better payout to one. No worry, we there for you. Our odd chabrat out. In our day for bet baba. We win money, bet baba. Cash out today easy or bet baba. We get online games for you to play over dollar. Yeah, we get better bonus. Money we know that. Now bet Baba day so cash up no sharp. Oh darling, no. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
It's 2025. The biggest conversations are happening on Hard Facts.
If the model of Rebolo was genuinely interested in local government funds, would have protested to be cancelled.
Somebody is receiving 30,000 naira after serving the country for 5 years.
From the stories shaping Nigeria's future.
I'm developing my mood for that whenever people are clapping, he's praising singers when they ought to be telling him the truth.
I mean, he did not do any remarkable thing in your state, and you are celebrating corruption time.
To real-time feedback from you, the citizens.
There is propaganda. They can never make it work. I will not support that tax reform.
If NBS is turning
me a very fake data to us because this data lacks empirical evidence.
We dig deep with the decision makers, hold the powerful accountable, and keep the conversation alive on social media. Join Mary Ann Okon every Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the most interesting news and current affairs show on radio.
I'm so sorry. I hate it when people make assertions from very skewed and biased places.
Hard Facts on Nigeria Info 99.3. Let's talk. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Still the Morning Crossfire 99.3 Nigeria Info. We still have Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan, who is a former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, on the program this morning. Morning Crossfire. We're looking at the crisis in the People's Democratic Party. Where does the party go from here? Is the party on its way to the graveyard? Is it in the graveyard about to be buried? Our guest says no, the PDP is not in the graveyard. But I asked if he thinks it's in the intensive care unit, and he laughed. Don't forget, one popular politician has said the PDP has malaria, or APC has stage 2 cancer. Maybe someone with stage 2 cancer will survive, and the one with malaria may be losing their life. I don't know. But please call 0201-277-0993. If that number doesn't get you through to the studio, you can call 0201-465-7190. 0201-465-7190. He's given his thoughts on the contentious issue of what the issues or the problem the party is, and of course his position on the national chairmanship of the PDP, of course, with Ambassador Umar Damagum still occupying the position, and the agitations from the North Central geopolitical zone of the PDP, saying they need to put someone there so that they can have their time in that position. Also, he's talked about, of course, the issues to do with the National Executive Committee meeting of the party, the NEC meeting, which is meant to hold quarterly. We've been told that it will hold sometime in February. He says that was from the governors in the party. They came up with that decision. Don't forget, last week we all saw the pictures, the videos, and the scenes of chaos right there at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja when the the Board of Trustees meeting held. And of course, we had 2 national secretaries turn up, all claiming to be the substantive national secretary of the People's Democratic Party. We'll take some more calls, but sorry, I almost called the national chairman. Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan, please tell us, as far as you're concerned, you've answered the Atiku Abubakar question anyway, but I have a follow-up question for you before I ask you the next question. You talked about the injustice to the people of the North Central geopolitical zone in the PDP by denying them the right to occupy the position of national chairman following the voluntary withdrawal, stepping down of Yochayu from that position. But the people from the southern part of the country who are members of the party can also say, well, the injustice started from when Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Turaki Adamawa, decided that he was going to contest for the ticket, presidential ticket of the party, knowing well that the party's arrangement meant, written or unwritten, that it was a turn of the southern members of the party to be the presidential candidate. What do you say to that?
Well, before I go into that, let me quickly respond to the listener that asked the question.
Yeah.
I think I have not responded.
Yes, true.
So, the issue of whether the PDP is prepared to rescue the nation from the stronghold of the All Progressives Congress and its government. For now, until the issues in the party are resolved in one way or the other, it's going to be difficult to answer yes or no to the question. I'm also not unaware of the efforts by strong opposition figures to pull together and form a party or register a party and try to see how they can rescue the nation from this stranglehold. But I think that as days go into weeks, and weeks go into months, and months into year or years, we will see for ourselves as Nigerians the readiness or otherwise of the opposition figures to rescue this nation. Now, going to your question, Kofi, the issue you have raised is very fundamental in respect of the North-South dichotomy. South didn't get presidents in the PDP. They want to follow after another 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari. They imposed zoning, Atiku came, and all that. Kofi, if you ask me, this dimension is worth a whole book because it goes beyond what we see on the surface. And I say so because I have always asked a fundamental question, which is that the zoning committee that was put together by the party had a strong influence of the G5 governors. And as a matter of fact, it was the Benue State governor then, Chief Sam Otom, that chaired that zoning committee. How did that committee return a verdict of open contest without zoning? So, I as a person, I can clearly say that I subscribe to the views of empiricists. You cannot act in vain. We must find out how did we get there. It's not enough to put the blame on any individual. You understand? Did we come out as a party to zone the presidency? The answer, to the best of my knowledge and understanding, is no. We did not. Who were those responsible to zone the office of the presidency, either to the north or to the south? I may not be able to account for all the members of that committee, but it is public knowledge that then Governor of Benue State, a member of the G5, Chief Otom, was the chairman of that committee that returned to NEC a report on open contest. So let us leave it at this moment.
All right.
Because that is the genesis.
Okay.
Whether somebody hijacked the process or not.
Interesting. You talked about the G5 governors as being responsible for, the governors forum in the party, the PDP governors forum has been responsible for, forcing the NEC meeting to hold this February. We don't know if it'll still hold, but isn't this just an example of the fact that PDP is gone, Otilo? The fact that even amongst the governors, there's no unity. You have those who are pro-Wike / Damagum. You have those who are anti-Wike / Damagum, led by Bala Mohammed, governor. I mean, in the last election, you had governors campaigning like Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State for President Bola Tinubu, directly or indirectly, or let me say, supporting him. Let me say, so is that not evidence of the fact that the party has gone beyond the point of no return?
Well, honestly, Kofi, a lot needs to be done. And I spoke to a governor recently, and I emphasized the need for him to lead the reconciliatory efforts in the party, because that's very, very, very important. When you talk about divisions in the governors forum, when you talk about a division in the governors forum, if there was a division in the governors forum, they would not have come to a conclusion on emphasizing the need for Honorable S.K. Ude to be allowed to assume the office of the National Secretary, in line with the judgment of the Court of Appeal in Enugu on December 20th.
What is the position of the National Working Committee members on this? As far as you know,
Damagum has openly said that he has that he's no longer the chairman. Or let me use this word. That he cannot. Let me say that he cannot lead the end of the UC, because as we speak, the majority of the members of the NWC are on one side. And Damagun's leadership is followed by a couple of persons that you can count on one hand, on the fingers of one hand, and you still have some balance left. So that's the situation of the party as we are speaking. But what I'm saying, But what I'm saying is that Damagun cannot sit on the throne and be saying that certain people are responsible for his inability to provide leadership. Because as we speak in the party NWC today, Damagun is a bishop without cathedral.
Wow,
that's the honest truth.
But you have for instance, a national vice chairman of the party, and others in support of Damagum, who are members of the National Working Committee. But I also want to ask you
a number. No, Kofi, let me correct
some of them.
A number. You have six zonal chairmen. How many of them are with Damagum? I doubt whether you can count 3 or 2.
South is with him.
Yes, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kofi, since I become a member of the National Working Committee, and you know the intricacies of what's happening in the party, please give me the figure. Who is with
that's the journalist behind. But you know,
because I said you have openly declared now.
But what
I agreed with you. Name another one.
I mean, I know about the man from Edo State. What's his name again?
Obi,
and then others. But even with the national with the governors PDP governors forum, Governor Shea Makinde lent his support to the president. He's part of the G6 or G5 governors. He's still there. The governor of Bayelsa State, Doediri, was part of those who went to celebrate President Bola Tinubu's victory at the Supreme Court. You know, he was there. They were clasping hands and drinking champagne. He was there, and he also says he owes his political survival, as governor, to the president. So he's loyal to the president. There are others who are also loyal to the president, who are part of the PDP Governors Forum, So that division is clear. It's there. I don't know if the party can return from, come out of this alive. But just to ask you, we'll talk about Ode Okoye and Senator Samuel Ayaw in a bit. But Ned Nwoko, Senator representing Delta North, has just resigned from the PDP. That's a big fish in Delta State and in the Senate, which means that you're losing one seat at the National Assembly and the Senate. One seat. That's a lot. He's citing the crisis in the party. The same thing those members of the Martin Zamehule-led River State House of Assembly, the same crisis they shouted or cited when they waved the APC flag and sang, "On your mandate we shall stand." So do you expect, are you concerned that we'll see more departures, more resignations from the PDP because of this crisis?
Well, Kofi, you have presented a mixed bag of issues, but I will try to the best of my ability to address them one after the other. I don't mind where I start from. I may not be able to start from where you started.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah. First and foremost, let me say, or let me respond to the issue of where there will be more defection in the party, and this may lead to the end of the party. Well, in every season, like they do in footballing, people who are not in pursuit of ideologies, people who are not in pursuit of principles, will certainly say, it's not happening here, it's happening on the other side. So let me go to the other side. When the people on this side are ready, if we need to come back, we'll come back. If we don't need to come back, we'll stay there. Are you following the analogy?
Yeah.
You understand? Okay. So you have that situation. Because you mentioned the senator from Delta North, Ned Nwoko. Yes, Ned Nwoko. But you have not also told the list what is responsible for his departure from PDP. What are the remote causes of that departure? But let's leave that aside. Now, to proceed further, on the issue of people leaving the party, creating crises, it's important for us to know and to also accept that the Supreme Court has defined the situation in which a party can be said to be in crisis. And even as we are speaking now, the PDP does not have a crisis yet that can guarantee the safety of any parliamentarian leaving it for another party. It doesn't. So if you decamp, you have decamped from the party by yourself, not in line with the provision of the Constitution, which says that you cannot cross the aisle except there's a division, except there's a crisis in your political party. And this division and crisis is not happenstance issues. No. It must be done in a manner that from the head to the toe, the division is manifest. You can't say that about the PDP as we speak today.
So you're saying Ned Woko invariably has he's lost his seat?
If the party goes to court against him, and if we follow similar judgments of the past, he might lose his seat.
But if the party is so desirous of pursuing that route. Will this happen given the issues with who is the national legal advisor of the party and legal representative of the party and all?
There's no question. Look. There are no questions about who is the legal advisor of the People's Democratic Party. There are no questions about it. Kamaldeen Ajibade, SVN, is the legal advisor. He was so elected. His members, his colleagues in the working committee has not removed him. He has not been suspended from the party. He remains the national legal advisor of the party. What happened, which you are referencing, is the attempt by Damagun to nominate a representation in the court without a recourse to the national legal advisor of the party. And I think that that's against the Constitution of the People's Democratic Party as amended in 2017. So there's no question. Now, you also raise another officer of the party that you think, okay, the issue of national secretaryship.
Yes. So I'm going to ask, the issue is before the Supreme Court as we speak. But as far as you're concerned, what is the way forward in this matter? Between Okoye and Sabalayahu?
Without any recourse to self-help. And if truly the officers of the party are interested in the healthiness of the party, Senator Ayahu should go and prosecute his matter in the Supreme Court. And until the Supreme Court decides otherwise, if he's not recoursing to self-help, he should leave the office.
But he never resigned from his position. He's a duly elected national secretary of the party.
Hold on, Kofi. We cannot pick and choose the decisions of the court that we are going to honor or we are going to accept. That in itself is the wrong approach. So as we speak today, the challenge started from the Federal High Court, one in Enugu, the other in Abuja. Both courts are courts of coordinate jurisdiction. Neither of them is higher than the other. One gave judgment in favor of Okoye. The other gave judgment in favor of Samayahu. Samayahu proceeded to the Court of Appeal to appeal the judgment that was in favor of Okoye. I hope you are following the trajectory. Then he appealed the judgment against Okoye and lost at the Court of Appeal. I think that in a decent environment, which the PDP that I reported as a reporter in Wadata was, if we are in a decent environment, like we had under Uche Secondo's leadership, where he will insist at every NWC meeting on controversial issues, what is the position of the law? If we follow our constitution and we respect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are never going to have a challenge.
All right, but
if we are still in the realm of that, if we are still in the realm of that decency, I think we should obey the decision of the court. And mind you, Kofi, that Damagum is still acting chairman today. It's by the provision of the court to,
but
not by the decision of the working committee or the decision of NEC.
But what does it?
He went and hid himself. He went and hid himself under certain injunctions.
Okay.
Now, the same court has ruled on the National Secretary, and we are seeing all manner of things.
Okay.
It's rather unfortunate.
All right. Well, what does the constitution of the party say? If a member of the National Working Committee wants to contest for an election, before he contests or before he's sworn in, is he to resign his position?
Well, I want to be honest with you and to be honest with Nigerians. I have not advised myself on that aspect, but I know it as a matter of fact that the court of appeal cannot take a ruling on a matter. And anybody who has respect for law, the way the People's Democratic Party used to have respect for law, will go and do otherwise.
Okay, let me rephrase. Sam Olayewu, senator, says that the PDP gets nowhere in the constitution of the People's Democratic Party where it's written that a member of the National Working Committee who is contesting for a position should resign. And
you should take that to the Supreme Court.
Okay, all right.
You cannot sit down. You cannot.
But you have a copy of the PDP constitution, Kola Ologbondiyan.
Kofi,
you know the constitution. Yes.
If I have a copy of the PDP constitution as amended in 2017, but the Court of Appeal has taken a decision on the matter. So as to abandon the decision of the Court of Appeal.
No, you can respect the decision of Milord, the honorable justices.
Well, anyway, it's the crossfire.
Yeah.
So there's no problem.
Yes.
But let me state that you cannot as a party abandon the decision of the Court of Appeal and begin to pursue your own self-help and begin to act in a manner that appears as if we are in a photo park.
Hello.
It is wrong.
Okay. Hello. All right. Thank you, Kola Ologbondiyan. Let's take a call. 99.3.
Hello?
Good morning. Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, Kofi. Good morning.
Yeah. Welcome.
You have Emmanuel on the line. I'm speaking to you from Ekwe.
Emmanuel, go.
I want to ask your guest. With this as effect, let's assume a convention is coming, to replace the NWC. With the case of the acting national chairman, that has court intervention, and that of Sam Ironwood that has court intervention, have any effect on the national convention?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Kola Ologbondiyan, over to you, please.
Yeah, what was his question?
Okay, he's asking if
he wants to know whether these things will have effect
on the national convention.
Certainly. And we have seen it happen. It happened in Plateau. It happened in Zamfara. So, and that is why, as a party, we must be careful. We must be very careful. I do not. If as a party, we have adhered to the ruling of a federal high court in respect of Damagum remaining in office, how can we now, within the same sphere and same space, now say that, we must be otherwise be wise? And as such, we cannot honor the decision of the Court of Appeal. Look, Kofi, let me add to this. Ironwood went to court again for a stay of execution. The president of the Court of Appeal brought the matter from Enugu, where the matter was heard and decision taken, to Abuja. And her decision, the decision of the president of the Court of Appeal was that, I grant you a status. Sorry, I grant you a stay. No, sorry, not a stay. I will grant you status quo, ante-bellum. But I will give my judgment on the stay of execution on December 20th. Today is February 3rd or 2nd or thereabouts. If not 4th. We have not heard of the ruling. Now, we are just hearing last night now that because the order which was granted by the Federal Court of Appeal, I'm not a lawyer, but according to lawyers whose opinion I sought when you invited me here. Now, the opinion is that having not delivered that decision, on December 27, that in the evolution of time, that order has gone.
Okay, Kola,
but we are hearing now.
Yeah, please stay with me. I'll come back to you in a jiffy, sir.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Mommy, I want to watch YouTube.
You want to watch YouTube? Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms, and dirty shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Oh, lunch. Guys, I'm going for lunch. Please, put more stew. Nice meal. My chest.
Suffering from heartburn and indigestion? Try Just Eat. Just Eat is a brand of aluminium and magnesium hydroxide and simethicone. Just Eat is available in suspension and tablets. Remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
Just Eat, now available in new packs. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read leaflet inside.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release, BAM, on the pack. Is it the same Milo?
No, this one is new and improved. The support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy they need to go to school.
I like this one.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Anything I want.
Mama, they don't dash me 20,000 naira woof.
My pikin, who they dash 20,000 naira for this kind time?
That they dash everybody will get smart cash account 20,000 naira.
You mean them go dash me 20,000 naira a woof too?
Yes, so mama. That they dash all old and new smart cash users 20,000 naira woof.
Oh yeah, tell your yard people make them dial *939# or download Smart Cash app to open their own account. Make them self-enjoy 20k a woof. Every time when you buy airtime or pay bills with Smart Cash, you go chop inside your 20k. Terms and conditions they shall.
I don't see my own woof. Oh.
Smart Cash, powered by Airtel.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Okay, we would like to take the last thoughts of Mr. Kola Ologbondiyan. You were on the point before we went to the break, so sir, over to you.
Yeah, so I was saying that lawyers are of the opinion that in the evolution of time, that the order which was granted in the Abuja Court of Appeal has lapsed. But now we are hearing rumor here and there that tomorrow Wednesday, the president of the Court of Appeal will grant a stay. You can imagine how the level they have taken our country to, that you can even hear of what decision of the president of our Court of Appeal will be 24 to 48 hours ahead of sitting, if there will be such a sitting. But importantly, rather than reduce the PDP to an arena of motor-packed outs, I think that responsible leaders should advise Senator Sam Ayaw to pursue his matter in the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And if the Supreme Court grants him a higher orders, I am sure the party will accept. But to now stay in the party and be creating hiccups is needless.
Thank you very much, Kola Ologbondiyan. We'll have you back again. We appreciate your time and your in-depth analysis. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go for the news at 9 right here on 99.3 Nigerian Info. Good morning.
It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.